Hello, my friends. Welcome to this morning yoga stretch and welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga, where it's not about how your yoga looks, it's all about how it feels. Today's session focuses on flexibility and mobility. The set of breathing exercises will wake up the energy body, rhythmic movements will help to engage and elongate the muscles, and deep, long-held stretches will help us to get deeply into the body's network of fascia and connective tissues. So go ahead and roll out your mat for this morning yoga practice. We'll begin in a comfortable cross-legged position. You have the option to use a cushion under your seat if that makes it more comfortable, and let your hands rest on your legs. Close your eyes and begin to notice what's inside, behind the eyelids, and beneath your skin. And take a breath in and exhale, rooting down through your sitting bones and feeling your body's connection with the ground. And now a deep breath in, fill the lungs. Exhale. Breathing in once again. Exhale. And now a double inhale. So we sip the breath in once and twice. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do this again. Two more times. And last time. Returning now to easy, natural breathing. And notice your energy, how it might have changed. As we infuse the body with breath, let's take a deeper inhale now. A longer exhale through the nose. Inhale. And one more big exhale through the nose. Let's keep this depth of breathing going as we open the eyes and very gently now sweep the arms out and up over the head. And exhale, palms together, bring them down right in front of the heart. Inhale, do this again. And exhale, hands to the heart. An even deeper breath. Exhale, bring it down to the heart. And now inhale, arms overhead. And we're going to twist toward the right, taking the left hand on the outside of the knee, right hand behind you on the floor. Turn and look over your back shoulder. Lift up through the spine, inhale. And exhale, feel the spine twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up over the head. And exhale, twist to the second side. You can use your back hand to twist yourself around a little more. And lift your spine forward and up into the body. Crown of the head rises up. And now untwist, arms come over the head, inhale. And exhale, pull the palms down to the midline right in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms over the head. And now come to a side stretch, right hand down, left arm up, stretching into the left side of the body. Inhale, right back up to center, and exhale to the second side. And inhale, back up. Exhale to the first side. Inhale up, exhale, second side. Inhale, bring it up, and exhale over to the side. Inhale up, last time. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, float both arms down to your sides. And climb onto hands and knees for child's pose. Settling the hips back toward your heels. And begin to feel the lower back stretching. Take a deep breath into this fascia of the lower back and sacrum. And exhale, feel this area soften. And with your next inhale, can you press into your palms and bring your buttocks back toward your heels a little bit more, engaging the arms, hollowing out the armpits. And can you inhale now and come up to hands and knees? Right into cat pose. Inhale, lifting into a back bend. Drop the ribs down toward the ground, but keep the arms straight. And exhale, round your spine. Tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone. And inhale, drop ribs, roll shoulders back, lift gaze. Exhale and round the spine. Tuck chin, tuck tailbone. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale, round your spine. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And now extend your right leg back behind you. Feel free to put a cushion under your knees if any of this is uncomfortable under your knees if you're on a hard floor. We're going to take the left arm forward, so opposite arm to leg. And here we have a chance to really feel the glutes engage, especially if we flex the back foot, toes toward the earth, and feel the heel of the right foot lifting up higher. Can you lift your chest up a little higher? Reach your fingers forward, gaze forward, and inhale. And now exhale, bring the elbow and the knee in toward one another, crunching in through the abdominals. And inhale, extend forward. And exhale, curl it in once again. And inhale, forward. If this is challenging, do it with just the leg, both hands on the floor. Exhale last time. And inhale, extend forward. And now you can either stay here, focusing on lifting up through the back foot and the front arm, or reach the front arm around, hold the ankle, and come into your back bend. Lifting the gaze, kicking back into the hand. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, release both hands to the floor, both knees to the floor. And now extend the left leg back behind you. And optional to use the arm as well. Gaze forward, lift arm and leg high, inhale. And exhale, bring elbow and knee in toward one another. And inhale, extend, reach. And exhale, pull it in, engaging the belly. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, bring it in, curling and crunching. And inhale, extend. Maybe staying right here, lifting the back leg up, lifting the front arm up. Optionally, bend the foot, reach it back, and kick into the hand. Lifting the gaze. Find your back bend here. Strong leg, inhale. And exhale, release. Both hands, both knees to the floor. And from here, come into puppy pose. Take the hands a few inches forward and settle the chest down toward the earth. Forehead might rest on the floor, or it might hover. And allow your chest to elongate here. And feel the breath coming into the fascia of the chest and the front of the ribs. The armpits are stretching as well. Deep breath into the middle and upper back. And as you exhale, can you feel the middle spine and upper spine soften down into the body? And now take your left hand and slide it underneath, or thread the needle. Bring the side of the head to the floor. Bring the outside of the left shoulder to the floor. Right hand can walk over toward the top left corner of the mat. And breathe here. Opening the right shoulder toward the back body. Optionally, you can bend this right elbow and press the fingertips into the ground like a TP hand and get a little more leverage. Breathe in deep. Big exhale. Good, and unwind. Come back around to hands and knees, and then into puppy stretch. Sink your heart down toward the ground once again, opening through the armpits, opening through the ribs, the heart. Deep breath into middle spine, upper spine. Exhale, sink into puppy pose. And another deep breath in, and this time we will snake the right arm under the left, right outer shoulder to the ground, right side of the head to the ground. And the left fingertips can walk up and over toward the top right corner of your mat. Or optionally, bend the elbow, get a little more leverage by pressing into the ground with your fingertips. And breathe. Feeling the upper body twist, the upper spine, stretching into the outer right shoulder. And now slowly unwinding, bring it back around to hands and knees. And from your hands and knees, tuck your toes under and lift up into this bear pose. Knees just a few inches off of the ground, engaging the abdominals here. And play around here, shifting weight forward onto the hands more and back onto the feet more. One more time, forward onto the hands and back onto the feet. And now we will lift up into downward facing dog. And feel the backs of the legs, this nice stretch through calves, hamstrings, lower back. Press right heel to the ground, bend your left knee. And press left heel down, bend your right knee. And switch sides. And switch sides. Inhale, both heels down. Bend both knees, lift your sitting bones up toward the sky. And now as you exhale, let's step the right leg forward, coming into a lunge. Drop the back knee to the floor. And sweep up, crescent lunge, arms reach over the head. Sinking down through the hips, lift up through the chest, lift your gaze, and breathe. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Now exhale, cactus out the arms, elbows out to the sides, gaze forward, and just open the chest as much as you can. Bringing the elbows back in space. And spread the arms out to either side, palms face forward, and find your twist around toward your right. Look back toward the hand, beyond the hand. Using the abdominals, using your core strength to twist around, maybe a little bit more now. And let's tilt, bringing the left hand to the floor and the right arm up into the air. Optionally, you can tuck the back toes and straighten the back leg. Breathe as you gaze up toward the sky. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Now as you exhale, both hands to the floor, back knee down if it wasn't already. We'll come down into our lizard pose. Walk the right foot out to the right side edge of your mat. Option to roll onto the outside edge of the right foot or to keep the foot flat. We'll come down onto one elbow, both elbows, or if that's not accessible to you, you can use a yoga block under your elbows or stay up on straight arms. And let's hold here. Breathe. And slowly now coming up, hands on either side of the front foot, and shift the hips back to come into half split. Lengthening the back of the right leg, stretch into the hamstrings and the back of the hip. Drawing the right toes back toward your body. Breathe. And release. Come forward onto the front foot. Tuck the back toes under and step back into plank pose. Hold your plank pose, shoulders over wrists. 3 breaths here. Inhale. And as you exhale, pull the low belly in toward the spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, can you pull your sitting bones down toward your heels? Inhale. As you exhale, can you knit the rib cage in? Let's drop the knees and come all the way down onto the belly. And lift up into baby cobra pose. Hands just hover right above the ground. And now let's make it a locust pose by lifting the legs off the floor. Feel the buttocks engage, hamstrings engage. Inhale. And exhale down. Rest your forehead to the ground. We'll do that for either a second round of the same thing, or optionally reach the hands back and clasp them behind your back, lifting the chest. Still engaging glutes, hamstrings to lift the legs. And exhale, release down, turn your head one side. Take a few breaths here on your belly. And now you can do either one of those first back bends or bend the knees, reach back and hold the ankles or the feet. Kick back to lift up into bow. Everything in the back body is engaged. The spine, the back of the legs, the buttocks. Inhale. And now we release and exhale. Relax. Turn your head one way. And press the hands to either side of the chest to lift your hips up and back into child's pose. Resting and breathing here. Let's bring it up into hands and knees. And once again, find that bear pose, tucking the toes under, hover the knees just above the ground. Shift forward and back a couple of times. And now lift your hips up, coming into downward dog. Inhale, lift up through your sitting bones. And as you exhale, step your left leg forward. Drop your back knee down to the floor. And from here, we will lift up into crescent lunge, arms over the head. Lift your gaze up and find your back bend. Soften down through the hips. Lift up strong through the heart. As you exhale, cactus the arms out to the sides. Bring your gaze forward and draw the elbows back in space. Inhale. As you exhale, open the arms out into a T. Inhale your breath here. And as you exhale, find your twist using your abdominals to draw yourself around. Feeling the right side of the lungs wrapping around the heart. Looking all the way back over your left hand. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your right hand to the floor and twist, left arm straight up. Option to tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg. Breathe. One more inhaling breath, reach up through your fingers, and exhale, come down, drop the back knee, and find your lizard pose, walking the left foot out to the left side edge of the mat. Option to open the left knee out to the side, and maybe coming down onto the elbows or resting elbows on a block. And slowly now come back up. Place the hands back on either side of the foot as you walk the foot back toward the midline. Shift your hips back to come into half split. Draw the left toes toward you. Soften forward over the leg. And breathe into this stretch in the hamstrings and the lower back. Feeling into this line of fascia that covers the whole back of the left leg from the heel all the way up to the sitting bones and even beyond, up into the left side of the low back. And let's bend into the front knee and tuck the back toes under. We're going to make our way into a wide leg forward bend. And hang over the legs, enjoying this sensation of hanging through your spine. Hold opposite elbows now and sway side to side. Very good. Let's now bring the hands back to the floor. Come into a side lunge, bending into your right knee. And settling down, you can keep your hands here in front of you for support. Option to turn the left toes up if that feels good on your legs. Option to lift the palms to the chest and balance. Breathe. Good, let's bring the hands back to the floor, lift it up and bring it over to the other side. Again, your hands might stay on the floor, your hips might stay higher, or you might drop the hips lower down. Optionally, turn the right toes up toward the sky and optionally bring the palms together and balance here. Again, keep the hands on the floor if that is better for your balance situation. And bring the hands back down, lift up to straighten both legs. Let's center the left hand under the heart and twist to lift the right arm up. Inhale the breath, squeezing the back muscles to get open a little bit farther. And now let's bring it back down to center. Swap the hands, left arm comes up. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, long spine, inhale. And exhale, bring it back down to the center. Heel toe your feet together, not together, but to shoulder width. And lower your hips. Bring your hands to the floor in front of you, or palms together inside of your knees. Take a few moments here. Your heels might be on the floor, your heels might lift up, whichever works for your body. And now we're going to take right hand down to the floor, out to the side, and open up through the left side of the chest. Left arm comes up, gaze up and back at the left hand. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back through the center. Left hand comes through and under, right arm up and out. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back down to the center. And let's just find the floor with the sitting bones to come into butterfly pose. Soles of your feet together. You can play around with feet being closer, which will give you more inner thigh stretch, or farther away, which will make that a little less intense. And come forward over the legs. You can hold on to feet, toes, ankles, or floor. Option to use a cushion under your seat here. And after quite a bit of moving, engaging, now we come into some stillness. And now slowly come up from butterfly. and open the legs into a dragonfly position. You could be super wide, you could be more narrow. It's really up to you. As we come forward, we want to feel some stretch in the inner thighs as well as the backs of the legs and the lower back. And your hands might slide down the legs. They might reach your feet if you want to have that contact, or you can just have them in front of you on the floor. If you're resting on your elbows, you might want to have a block under your elbows or blocks to stack under your forehead. And here we get a nice opportunity to stretch the entire back body from the heels all the way up the backs of the legs, over the backs of the hips, and up either side of the spine. Let's take a deep breath into this whole back of the body. And exhale, soften, relax. Feel this network of fascia in the back body beginning to become more pliable, more flexible. Let's slowly now come up and make your way onto your back. And on your back, hug your knees in toward your chest. Wrap the arms around the legs and gently rock side to side. Feel the lower back lengthening. Let's take it into figure 4 pose, left ankle over the right knee. And hug the right thigh in toward you. You can hug the back of the thigh, or you can clasp around the front of the shin. It's up to you. As you draw the leg in toward you, you can engage the arms a bit and energetically press the left knee away from you. Our target area is to stretch into the left glutes, the left buttock. And deep breath in now. And exhale, release the legs and switch sides, taking the right ankle over the left knee and draw the legs in toward you. Clasp behind the thigh or in front of the shin to find this stretch in the right glutes this time. Gently hugging this knee in toward you. And breathe into the hip. And slowly now release and extend both legs long down the mat. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up and away. Inhale into this long full body stretch. And exhale, hug both knees in. And let's bring it right into happy baby pose. Hold the bottoms of your feet. You could also have hands to knees instead if that feels better. And you could hold insides or outsides of the feet. And make this as still or as playful as you'd like today. If it feels good, you could rock side to side and you could play around with pressing into one heel and then the other, or pressing into both heels. Or maybe you're just wanting to feel the knees being gently pulled down and remain more still. Let's feel into this stretch in the lower back, the sacrum. Deep breath into the low back and sacrum. And exhale. And now let's release the feet to the floor and take the feet to as wide as your mat for windshield wipers. So everyone's a little different here. Your feet might like to be a little closer or even a little wider. Feel it out as we spread the arms out and take both knees to the right. Your left knee, we want it really dipping in toward the midline so you get a stretch in the front of the left thigh and hip. Let's bring it up to center and now do the same thing with the right knee, dipping it in toward the midline. And back up and switch sides once again, side to side, back and forth, dipping in right knee. And come up, dip in the left knee. And bring it back up and dip in through the right. Good, let's bring this back up to center. Let's heel toe the feet to a hips width distance to come into bridge, arms down alongside of the body, palms down as you lift up through your hips. And we'll walk the shoulders under, maybe clasping the hands if that feels good, or you could keep the palms on the floor. And now the option to lift the heels up to get a little more height. And this pose is very much about leg strength and glute engagement. So let's lift and squeeze the glutes to come up through the hip flexors. We're also engaging the muscles along the spine. Nice deep breath in. And let's exhale now, release the hips to the floor. And we're coming right into our spinal twist, which is our last pose. Knees come in and over to the right. Extend your left arm out to the left side. Option to cross the knees, left knee over the right, or to keep the knees stacked on top of one another. And head can turn away from the knees or whatever position of the head feels good for your whole spine now to twist right inside the core of your body. Take a deep breath into the spine, into the core. Exhale. Let's bring the knees back up to center and shift to the other side. Move the hips to the right and bring the knees in and over to the left. Extend the right arm out to the right side. Option to cross right knee over the left. Adjusting until you feel comfortable. A nice deep breath in now. And exhale. And now let's slowly bring these knees back up to the center and come into Shavasana. Make yourself comfortable, spreading out, sprawling out on your mat. Use a cushion under your head or a blanket over top of you, a bolster under your knees, or an eye pillow, whatever you need to get comfortable and to be warm. And this is our time to integrate all of the movements that have happened, all of the stretches, and all of the deep breathing from this practice. Coming into a still position of the body in the midst of all this movement of breath and energy inside. Take a deep breath and fill the lungs. Exhale and let the legs become heavy, the feet heavy. Deep breath in. As you exhale, let the arms become heavy, the hands heavy. Inhale. And as you exhale, can you feel your head becoming heavy? your face completely relaxed. Breathe in. As you exhale, can you feel your heart, your belly, and your back relaxing as your whole torso becomes heavy, sinking into the floor? Into the whole body now. Inhale. And exhale, release the whole body down further into the earth. And now take a deeper breath into the belly and into the heart. And as you exhale, wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch out into your arms and legs. And bend your knees and roll over onto one side and very slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Closing the eyes, sitting up tall with your spine. And place the palms together in front of your heart as you take a deep breath in and exhale, noticing how you feel at the close of this practice compared to when you first sat down. And that brings our session to a close this morning. Thank you for practicing with Devi Daily Yoga. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. If you are new here, my channel is dedicated to relaxation and healing through yoga. There are a whole bunch of yin yoga classes there, as well as more morning yoga classes and some bedtime yoga classes and other things to explore. So I hope you will check it out. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.